Hello, weary travelers, and welcome to the Come and Go Tavern. My name is Sheela Ornthelis, and I'll be your hostess this afternoon. Today's kitchen special is seasoned rice with cheese and sausage. I'll get to why that is in a couple of moments. But it also looks like Erica is currently available for a full-service package, if you know what I mean. But if you see anything or anyone else on the menu that you're interested in, just let me know, and we'll see what we can do. Today will be my 17th Final Fantasy XIV stream, and we have solidly entered Shadowbringers quests at this point. We found Alphino last time. Now we're looking for Alice. Today's stream was delayed due to a rather large delivery and installation in our kitchen. We got new ovens, which is exciting, but it was very time consuming, and hence why we had to do just rice and sausage, because that was something we could do in a pot over the fire. You know what I mean? But anyway, I'm glad that we can be here now. And so, as always, I'll be available for comments, questions, and concerns about the tavern, as well as regular old conversation. So don't be afraid to fill that chat with discussion. And without much further ado, No, I'm not saying goodbye. Adieu. Let's go ahead and head on over to the game screen, because we've lost enough time already. Okie dokie. Alright, so where were we at? Oh, right, okay, we're headed to the south. We're actually in search of Alice now. Okay, let's see what we can do. Something I didn't really get to comment on too much on last time is the fact that you can see that my screen is dramatically rearranged from what it once was. That is thanks to some prompting from Giselle, who shared a bunch of hints and tips and tricks in cleaning up the area so that you can actually see more of what's going on. I have also managed to squash that streaming bug that I was dealing with before, obviously, otherwise I wouldn't be using my three-dimensional model again. Basically, it looked like it was just it was a combination of OBS 30s, like just chunky new systems, which look great, and I'm sure after a patch or two they'll be fantastic, but they were basically monopolizing a couple of threads on my CPU, and while my CPU is not old per se, it is older, if that makes sense, as in it has not been replaced in the last 2 years. I have my eyes on an even newer one to maybe do a refresh at some point down the line, but we'll have to see if I can afford that, because even the one that I'm looking at, which isn't tippy top of the line, is like $300, and I do not have those kinds of funds just floating about right now. So, you know, we'll see. Anyway, Alice is nowhere to be found, but you spot footprints on the ground, and they look to be about the right size. Okay. Wow, we've moved a whole 5 feet. Small footprints lead off to the northwest. Alright, what the fuck is that? Okay, it's a beetle. That's fine. Beetles are fine. Even if they are giant scary ones. Footprints continue to the northwest. Okay, oh, I see. Well, it probably... Okay, alright, I guess we're fighting you. In the most inefficient way possible, obviously, but... Hang on, let's do this right. Oh, that's not what I wanted to do. Sorry, I've been playing a lot of Black Mage off-stream because I'm helping a friend like level through the beginning parts of the game, and that's been really fun to do. But also means that I am... Hello, thank you! Thank you very much for joining us, TomJerry669. Thank you very much for the coins, I appreciate that a lot. The footprints curve around to the west. See, okay, I'm having enough fun playing Black Mage with somebody else. Oh, and actually, hang on, let me just just realized that my model is like... There we go. I'm having enough fun playing Black Mage with other people, but it's certainly not the sort of thing that I would have enjoyed soloing my first forays into the game with, and I'm glad that I did not pick that, because, ooh, those low levels as Black Mage were rough. Yeah. Like, I'm at just over 50 now, and so, like, I actually have my ley lines and all that sort of fun stuff. Quick reset. Beans. Well, okay. Are we invincible now that we're in... There we go. Yeah. Yeah, basically, like, now that I've hit 50 and kind of gotten ley lines and like, the full rotation going, that it feels a lot better than it did. But yeah, it was, as you say, it's a rough solo with the bird. So I am glad that I am duoing it with, actually, Osiris, who is one of the mods here, but I don't know if they are around right now, because they are also working a gig. Not to call them out for, you know, possibly watching the stream while on a gig, but still.
It can't be.
I love that she has that thought while midair. And yes, it can be. Impressive.
Just a lesser sin eater. Nothing to write home about.
Mm-hmm. Take the compliment, you bitch.
I knew you'd turn up sooner or later, but I had been hoping for sooner.
Are you crying? I mean, she looks good right now, though.
How are you?
Yeah, I hear you. WoW's new expansion is out, and so, like, a lot of people have been kind of moving back over to that for the time being. I'm still super far off from Endwalker, although this one's supposed to be shorter than Stormblood, so I don't know, maybe I'm not. Maybe I'm not as far as I think.
The Exarch did say that the Empire seemed to have drawn back when he last looked in on the source.
Mm-hmm.
But without knowing for sure how fast time was passing there, I couldn't help worrying that a lot might have happened since then. I'm heartily relieved to hear that it hasn't, just as Alphino must have been. As you can imagine, both he and Urianger were desperate to hear the news.
Okay, that's what I figured. But
I haven't actually seen.
I haven't actually looked at how many missions there are in Shadowbringers yet.
When I think of how frantic Tataru and the others must be.
Oh yeah, they're beside themselves.
Reassure them. But we still haven't found a way to reverse the summoning.
Nope, that's not.
And even if we had, we couldn't just ignore Urianger's vision. He may use 10 words where one would suffice, and they may often obscure as much as they reveal.
Yeah, that's him.
But on this matter, he was as clear as day. I do not doubt for one moment that he saw what he claims.
I mean, he's never lied to us, so, you
it
know.
must have been to speak about them. The Eighth Umbral Calamity and your death aren't exactly topics for idle conversation. As much as I might want to go home, I don't want to go home to that.
Yeah, that's fair.
We can't allow the rejoining to happen, which means we have to save the first from the Sin Eaters. That great wall of white is a remnant of the flood.
Ooh.
100 years ago, the balance in the first tipped decisively in favor of light. From that moment, it rose and swelled with each passing day, and then, without warning, it burst forth like water from a broken dam.
Oof.
A colossal wave of pure light, drowning everything in its wake. Only Norvrant was spared. For the most part, living things are composed of ether of various different aspects. But when exposed to such a flood, their etheric harmony is shattered, and their natural...
Thank you.
Then they either perish, or are warped into mindless abominations.
Water. Thank you very much for the coin.
Sin Eaters came to be. They were once living creatures, or people, that were caught in the path of the flood.
All dead.
Once the change is wrought, there is no going back.
That's unfortunate.
In that instant, they are gripped by an insatiable appetite for ether, and will happily gorge themselves on any living thing within reach. But even that is not the worst of it. The stronger Sin Eaters can plant light in us, like seeds in soil, corrupting our ether and triggering the birth of new monstrosities.
So whereas in our world, in the source, darkness is the thing. I mean, this has been pretty obvious since we first heard about light, but you know, still.
They feel no pity, know no remorse, and are utterly deaf to reason. Which is why they must be destroyed. Every last one of them. The infirmary is full of the Sin Eaters' victims, left here to spend their final hours waiting for the change to overtake them.
Would it not be more prudent to, perhaps euthanize them? Like, I hate to say that, but... I mean, if there truly is no hope, you know what I mean? It's just a matter of time, more for some, less for others. Those patients will all become monsters in the end. And to add insult to injury, the afflicted are feared, shunned, cast out of society, and exiled here to the edge of the world. The only good thing I have to say about this hellish place is that it has served me well as a training ground. Tesleen and the others have also been kind enough to share their knowledge of the Sin Eaters. Which is knowledge I can now share with you, while you help me finish my patrol, of course. Okay. Here's what we'll do. Well, I'll take the east side of the inn, and you take the west. That way we have an undiluted experience with the resident, or you can have an undiluted experience with the resident terrors. These marks on your map are where the usual trouble spots are. You can assume that any beast with a white hide or carapace is a Sin Eater. You'll know for sure as soon enough when they come slavering over your ether. Remember, it's kill or be killed by these creatures. Once you've slain whatever's prowling around out there, we can rendezvous back at the north entrance. Good hunting. Okay. Guess I'm headed off this a ways. Whoop. Oh, come on. Rude. Oh, you're the one doing the AoE. Holy moly. There we go. Ooh, while I'm waiting around, I probably should go ahead and join one of those quests that I've not been able to get done yet. Fear and over the shroud. Earth's fount. Let's go to. Wait. Is there a search function? No, of course not. Why would there be a search function? That would make too much sense. There we go. 30 more minutes. Yikes. Well, hang on. If we're going to be doing that for a while anyway... Excuse me. I had to eat something spicier than I normally would because of the whole oven situation, and I'm definitely feeling it. Bad Howling Eye, Extreme. That's a different thing. That's also a different thing. Huh. Amphitheater. Okay, Extreme. Fight your way through Castrum, Oxidants. Banya, no, that's not it. Is that a raid? Am I being silly? Am I missing something? Yeah, we got new ovens today. That's the reason why stream started super late. But it meant that basically I could not like have anything that would require baking or like using the stovetop. So yeah, I had to cook some other stuff in the pot, and it ended up being a little more spiced than I was expecting, and like it tasted good, don't worry, it tasted very good, but also a little harder on my stomach than I expected it to be. Have I not actually unlocked the thing? I might not have unlocked that one. It feels wrong though. I feel like I should have access to that one. Eh, it's fine. Limitless Blue Extreme. Okay. Let's do it. There's hard. There we go. Orthokist Thok Extreme. There we go. Okay, so we're just going to go ahead and join Duty Finder. Castrum Oxidens was the one I was actually looking for, but it's fine. We've got 5 things that we can be thrown into now. Sir? Here we go. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Oh, it's just a thing you need to go and do. Oh, okay. I thought it was a specific dungeon or something. Well, that explains that then. I also need to go ahead and finish up all of the movement-based stuff in these regions, because, woo, am I moving a little slow. How did you fare? Explain, explain, explain. Ah, I thought there might be one or two lurking on the fringes. Nothing out of the ordinary for this area. I expect you noticed it yourself, but individually these lesser sin-eaters are no more deadly than any natural predator you might encounter in the desert. It's when they appear in numbers that they pose a threat. Much like the void scent, they have an unfortunate tendency to flock to the strongest of their kind. Thus, when a powerful sin-eater goes on the hunt, it might be attended by a veritable swarm of weaker kin. Imagine an army of such creatures descending on a village or a hamlet. That's the basic idea behind my patrols, to cull their ranks often enough that their numbers won't be overwhelming when the big ones come out to play. And you've certainly helped on that front. Yeah, it was one boss fight raid. It was nerfed to heck. Yeah, Castrum Oxidants. Let's report our victories to Tesleen, shall we? Let me double check that for you. No, it wasn't Gale Force Warning. Primal Awakening. That's the one. Alice tells me you helped out on her patrol. You have our thanks, and my apologies for leading you from one battle to another ever since the moment we met. In any case, I'm glad to see the two of you have found each other. You have no idea how badly Alice missed your company. Everything is always, if Lynn were here, she would... That is an exaggeration, and I don't sound like that either. I was simply trying to view matters from another perspective, and I respect Lynn's methods. Honestly, you should see her in action. I can understand why. Ah, the start of the Binding Coils of Bahamut. Okay, that's why. Okay, that would explain why I thought it was going to be a raid. Because, yeah, that definitely leads to a thing. Yeah, I need to get all of those unlocked, honestly. The way she leaps into a fray without hesitation. It really is something to behold. I might have even be a little smitten myself. Ooh la la, gasp. I'm only teasing, but I've no doubt she deserves all the admiration she gets, just as you do. Thank you. Ooh, a hat. She's got a new hat. Ooh, but the new hat is not better than my current hat. Love to lay out a welcome meal, but the duties I put off when I went to the market are still waiting for me. There's 101 things that need doing. I'm sorry, but would you mind waiting here with Alice? What, and twiddle our thumbs while you work yourself to death? Surely there's something we can do to help. I could do with a hand, it's true. Thank you. You can start by helping me sort out the larder, Alice. While we do that, would you tend to a few patients, perhaps? There are 3 in particular I meant to visit. It's just a matter of saying a few words to them and seeing that their skin isn't caked in sand. Their names are Pono, Toden, and Halric. They may not give much in the way of response, but I promise they'll be pleased to meet someone new. Okay, so what does it mean to do it unsynced? I'm honestly curious, because I don't think I've ever actually, chosen whether or not to do that. Thank you. An intentional voice there. I was yawning. Button glances up at you blankly, but you notice the tension in his face ease slightly. really hope one of these guys doesn't pop. Whoop. Whoop. Almost as if I've seen a few stories or something. Alric remains utterly still as you wipe the sand from his cheek. The texture of his skin is hardened, something akin to plaster. Yep. There's an option in the group finder book to do things at your current level, not synced to the level of the dungeon or the raid. Ooh, interesting. I think Halric's ready to blow. You've seen to the patients? How are they? I think he's ready to go off. Good. That's good. I knew you would enjoy meeting you. I am concerned about Halric, though. I'll have to speak with the other carers, but I think his time may be near. We shall leave you to that discussion then. I was going to take Lynn to Mordsuk, if you have any errands that need doing. I suppose there is one thing. That way you can solo old content. Oh, okay. Would you pick up a nectarine from the markets, please? Kassard's caravan just passed through, so run. I should have some fresh fruit. Come then, Lynn. There's something I want you to see. Right after we stop at Ronron's stall, of course. Well, okay. So actually, you know what? It'll probably be faster to use the Amaro key. Mordsuk. Ooh, yeah, this is much faster. Music in this expansion is really chill. I love it. Even the fight music is fairly laid back, you know? Fucking God Warrior bones out there. Good, Amaro. Around on and back. Please don't give me a billion things again. Back again, are you? You need another taste of Ronron's wares? Actually, we were looking to buy a nectarine. Do you have any in stock? Oh yes, nectarines, peaches, grapes, fresh and juicy. Given how richly you cracked your coin purse with me, I might still owe you food. Here, take this one, free of charge. Thank you very much, Ronron. Never seen a Mord merchant give away something for nothing before. How much coin did you spend here? Oh, I'll take a jar of honeyed worms as well. Huh? Oh no, they're not for me. It's an offering of sorts. Uh-huh. The worms, if you please. Only the best wrigglers for you. Come again, my friends. Right. That's our shopping chores taken care of. Let's head up past the Aetherite to the main tower. The view I want to show you can only be seen from its very top. Yeah, I'm curious. Where's the option? Player settings. Progress, unrestricted party. Mail sync. Can only be selected using an unrestricted party. Oh, okay. Great, have a good drive, Flasty. If you come back when you arrive, we'll be here. All that fun stuff. Oh. Oh, okay. Didn't know I could do that. Neat. Well, that'll definitely make it easier to deal with some of those old stuff. Hang on. Where am I supposed to be going? Oh, there she is. Okay. Here are your precious worms. That buys us a trip to the top of the tower, does it not? Glazed wrigglers! You actually brought them. Really shouldn't let you, but just this once, alright? Only once. Never fails, shall we?
Look, over there, where the wall is broken. Do you see what lies beyond? That's what the land became after the light flooded in. An empty
okay,
white
so it's much like the
nothingness.
burn back home.
Life cannot exist in such conditions. The primordial light would wreak havoc on the body's etheric balance. That nectarine you bought, it's Halric's favorite fruit. Most of the patients, Halric included, survived the attacks of powerful eaters. But their fate was sealed all the same. The monster's corruption has entered their bodies, and their very essence is being subsumed by light. The twisted state of the world itself just makes matters worse. Under normal circumstances, a person's ether naturally tends to equilibrium. But for these poor souls, the opposite is true. Sooner or later, every single one of them will turn.
So we can reverse it.
Tesleen and the patients, they all know this. They know what has to be done before the change goes too far, before the eater within takes over. The preferred method is mixing poison into their favorite food. In my time here, I've borne witness to a lot of last meals. I feel just as helpless as before. No matter how hard I fight, it's never enough.
No, it is.
But it's a war I mean to wage, nonetheless. Speaking of wars, do you remember how I made you promise not to leave me and then promptly collapsed? Well, let's just say I had a few choice words for the Exarch concerning the timing of his summons.
I mean, that is fair. That is fair.
But even if the fault lay with someone else, I couldn't shake the feeling that I'd abandon you on the battlefield.
It's fine.
So I swore that I'd make up for my absence there by making a difference here.
Yeah, and see, that's why it counts.
And that's what keeps me moving forward, even when things seem hopeless.
There you go. You gotta make your own hope.
On which note, it's time we headed back. The longer we keep Tesleen waiting, the harder this will be for her.
Just hope he hasn't, fully transformed by the time we get there. I'm glad I was able to show you that. Oh, hello?
Hey, Mom, look at this cool animal I found.
Oh, that's an adorable, what is it, sweetie?
Can I keep it?
No, we have to take that back outside. No, okay, give me a second. We'll deal with it, okay? Well, good timing. Because, yeah, I can go ahead and run a commercial now, and then we'll be good to go for a little while. Yep. I will be back in about 5 or so minutes. I just need to make sure the little one actually puts the new friend outside instead of trying to squirrel him away. So we'll be back in a few. Alright? Stand up, stretch, get water, get food, get all that wonderfulness. Be back soon. Alright. Yeah, I know it's adorable, but we don't know it needs to go outside because that's where animals go. Well, welcome back, everybody. Right, let's carry on, then. And I needed you to know, beyond a doubt, that Tesline had no other choice. Nectarine will be a kindness. It isn't just the threat that possessed or posed to others. When a person becomes an eater, their pain appears to be excruciating. The carers are truly fond of their wards and would spare them that suffering. It is their way of fighting back against a fate worse than death. We're absolutely going to see somebody get turned into one of these things at some point. Oh. Seriously? Okay, well. Here tomorrow, Porter. Yes, please. Alright, my front-facing light just went out, so give me a second. I'm going to see if I can jiggle it back to life. Ooh. Ooh. Okay, there. Yep, there's definitely a short in that. Hopefully I didn't just burn through another brick. And we'll have to try and fix that when we take our next break. I think they do have a replacement for it, but unthankfully it's a bit of an operation to get it changed over. My movements may be a little more stuttery in the time between now and then. You're back. I hope you had a nice time. Did you manage to find a nectarine? Yes, I did. Thank you. Alice explained why I wanted this, has she? I can see it in your eyes. But we may not need it just yet. I spoke with the others, and we've decided to keep an eye on Halric for now. Thanks to you, though, if his time does come suddenly, we'll be ready to send him on his way with a taste of happier days. Well, nothing good is going to happen for a while yet. So let's see if we can't lighten the mood. We don't want our gloomy faces worrying the patients. I think it's time that the welcome meal, or for that welcome meal, don't you? Take a seat, and I'll make us a nice stew. Oh, I may have just realized something I can do instead.
Speak up if you'd like another helping. I made a little bit more than usual today.
And you've added something special to the broth, if I'm not mistaken.
Aye, well, it's not often we have visitors from the Crystarium, so I may have thrown in a few extra bits and bobs.
Put in bits of Bob? I'll have another bowl then.
That's what I like to hear. Give me a moment to warm up the pot. In a place like this, you learn to take what moments of happiness you can get. I remember when I first came here with my mother. She was showing the early signs. I knew there was no way to save her, but I just couldn't face what needed to be done. That's the way of it for most people. Why they travel from arms to stay here. Beaten, broken souls come to wait out the inevitable, to receive the mercy of a painless death.
All right.
When When my mother finally left this world, I was mad with grief, but also thankful that her passing was a peaceful one.
Something.
It's never easy, ending a life you've cared for, even when you believe they go on to a better place. I often find myself wishing the Warrior of Darkness would come and do that part for me.
The Warrior of Darkness?
You've never heard the tale? I'm not sure where it began, but every child in Norvrent could tell you a version of it.
Probably similar to our own Warrior of Light.
Warrior of Darkness, servant of death, take care of our souls at our dying breath. Let sinners and eaters of sin go with thee, that all may return to the sunless sea.
Also a good game.
Well, that's the version I was taught anyway. It's just an old bedtime story. He's certainly never deigned to visit us here.
Never know.
Which is a good thing, surely. He sounds rather ominous.
Do you think so? I always liked the idea that he treated every soul the same, even the Sin Eaters.
Uh-oh.
They're coming.
Desleen! Have you seen Halric? I swear, I only took my eyes off him for a moment.
Here it comes. Ready for some body horror? I'm sure not. But I'm gonna do it anyway. Then, Alice, I have to go look for Halric. I don't know what's gotten into him, but if he's wandering out there alone, we'll assign search areas and split up. Any idea where he might be headed? No, he's never done anything like this before. But it can't be a coincidence that the other patients are suddenly so agitated. They can sense something. In any case, let's keep the search close to the inn. Halric isn't very sure on his feet, so he won't have gone far. I'll search the east side. Alright, we'll take west. Please, Halric. Please be alright. Cover the north and west, then. We take everything from here to the south. Okie dokie, I guess I'm on my own. Come on, Chunky Bow. Let's go. No, thank you. No, thank you. I'm good. I'm good. I don't want any. See no sight of Halric. Maybe he went further west? Okay. I suppose that is an option. Ooh, giant pineapple. Well, not pineapple. Pine cone. That's the word I was looking for. Much less delicious. Scan the surroundings in search of Halric and suddenly find yourself under attack. Oh, of course. Okay. Well, I've been saving this up. So have fun with that, buddy. There we go. Hmm. Oh, I don't like how many enemies are in this area. Let's take care of some of these guys. Otherwise they will become problems. Whoop, excuse you. No thank you. Or at least that one.
Any sign of him?
Nothing yet.
No luck then. But he surely can't have gone far.
Well, here's hoping.
We should keep looking. The Sin Eaters are out in force, and if we don't find him soon,
Love
you
that
can
music.
be sure they will.
Speak of the devil.
Did you see the size of that thing? It must be one of the nasty ones.
Yep.
Wherever it's going, it can only mean trouble. After it!
Alright, if you say so. I figured they were gonna make me hoof it.
Is that... Oh no! Ulrich!
Ooh, good jump.
We have to run!
Oh no.
Tesseline! No!
We all deserve happiness. Wherever we can find it.
And now I'm getting an idea of what was mentioned to me in the last
The
stream.
time left to you is precious. No one should die in vain. Mother, I...
Okay, I love the canonical excuse for the shiny, glowing vomit. It's a good old JRPG and anime standby, but it at least makes sense here. Whoa. Oh, there's a... Well, Tessline's not home anymore. Feathered cocoon. Hate that. It's like a Bezoar. Oh.
No!
Oh, there's still some of her in there. Interesting. And what would she be forgiven for? Mysteries. Wait. I'm sorry, Lynn. I tried to tell the carers what happened, but can't be the shoulder they lean on. Not like this. It's just so unfair. Kathleen was always so cheery with the patients, telling them not to be scared, that there wouldn't be any pain. All the people in the world to suffer such a fate. Yeah, that's how the disease works, honestly. I imagine you're just as shocked as the rest of us, so I appreciate what you're doing here. Me, I can barely. I don't have any words. Without a body, you can't even give her a proper burial. And she cared about that sort of thing. About giving people the chance to say their goodbyes. Elric is as unresponsive as ever. He stands motionless, staring up into the sky where the Sin Eaters made their escape. Spoken with the carers. Thank you. What you're doing, it means a lot to them. To me. Sorry to interrupt. We realized we hadn't thanked you for rescuing Halric. You weren't hurt at all, were you? There wasn't even a fight. I was too late, too slow, and I thought I could protect you. You can't blame yourself for things that are beyond your control. You brought Halric back safe and sound. No one could have done any more. Sorry, but I've come to a decision. I won't be continuing my role here. I hope you will forgive me for leaving you, and that you will delay Halric's last meal for as long as you possibly can. Not until it's too late, of course. Just give him what time you can. We always do. Of course, she would have done the same. Farewell, Halric. Keep Taslene's words close to your heart. It's got something going on. You're leaving this very moment? I understand how you must feel, but surely this is a bit hasty. Do you even have anywhere to go? I have a destination in mind, yes. And a purpose. This damned light, building without cease. The reason we can't save those corrupted by the Eaters. What if we corrected the balance? Even if we're only little by little, even if it took years, it would surely make things better. Now hold on there. Everyone knows there's too much light, but how could you ever hope to get rid of it? You'd have to change the whole world. That's the idea. We should return to the Crystarium. I may not be able to repel the Eaters on my own, but I can use my skills I gained here to hurt them. Oh, I'm gonna need caffeine soon. Here. Okay, we're headed there. Let's go ahead and teleport to Mordsuk. And take a ride on the chunky bow. Up. Oh my goodness, I forgot about the yuck cactars. Ooh. Ether wisp. Current. Again, tender. The noise they made was so adorable. Look at this boy. Big boy. I would smack that ass, but you know, horns. Forgive me, Lynn. I couldn't stay there a moment longer. But I was serious about what I said. While the men and women at the inn battle against the blight with kindness, I must fight it my own way, with steel. Sally say, is there anything I can get you? A ride home, your swiftest tomorrow. I need to return to the Castrarium immediately. As you wish. Okay, yep, nope, that cuts it. I'm gonna grab some caffeine. I know it's not water, and I'm supposed to drink water while I'm streaming, but still. I've already had a long day. It is taking it out of me, you know? Am I actually gonna get to do this? Please? Please? Healer? Please? 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 Make me go Skaven on this. Not Skaven, Skeksis. Gasp. We're doing it. Falling Eye Extreme. It's so easy to forget how gorgeous she is. You don't see the cutscenes after. Whoa! Holy moly! Yep. Kill Satin Plume first, kill Chirata first. Otherwise, we napping out. Save Spiny Plumes for last kill for shield. Okay. Tanks separate the ads. Yep, okay. Good thing I'm not tanking. Woof. Okay, okay. I also don't have my own self-heal right now. Okay. I am... Razor Plume... Razor Plume, Satin Plume. Okay. Okay, rude. I'm very glad that I'm not taking this. Oop, and she's gone. Oh, okay. Cool, great. Love that. All right, well that happened. Let's try that again. Keep cleaves away from the rocks or that happens. Okay. Not much I can do about that, but you know. Separate the ads from the boss even further. Okay, alright. That's not the razor plumes. We need to talk to the satin plume. Where is the satin plume? There it is. Is down. One of the healers is down. That's not great. Okay, second healer's back up. And you're back home safe and sound. Welcome back, Rusty. You know what? Fine, fuck it. Let's pop, pop, pop. How do we protect the rocks? Oof, okay. Alright, well, I don't know what we did that time, but we did it better. So, here we are. It's all good. Ow. Oop, and down I go. Well, this is happening. She's so close, too. Okay, Kurata's down. Get the second tank, please. And then me? Oh, nope, that's a wipe. Hey, agree. Right. And she's gone. I did not remember that that was those burst moments. Razor plume, razor plume. Okay, well. Oh. Satin plume, there we go. All down. Slash combo. Back it up. And here we go. Restart the rotation. No, thank you. I'm not here. Oop, and she's gone. What? No! Oh, beans. Thank you. Whew. There we go. Always tip your healer. I'll pass on that one. I don't do any crafting, so I'll pass on that as well. Woo! Alright. Here's one of them down. Ooh, we get a cutscene. Ooh. What? Our efforts to augment Garuda's powers were met with the predicted success. It is mildly unsatisfying then that the Primal was thus summarily defeated. Against the Bringer of Light, it appears a heavier hand is required, and now that the focus has been discovered, it is of no consequence. Even should they understand the significance of its presence, they have no means to
I
prevent...
hate to interrupt your stream,
Hello?
my little flower, but there's a customer issue out front.
Okay, is this a basic complaint, or is this something more sinister?
Just the former.
Okay, yeah. I'll be with you in just a moment then. And the Beastmen continue to crave ever more powerful avatars every time their gods fall. With each link forged in this chain of ambition, the shackles of chaos are bound even tighter. It is not for us to entertain such speculations. We are bid only to convey what we have witnessed. Let us be gone from here. Interesting. And again, that kind of goes against what I'm witnessing. Oh wow! It yanked me all the way here, huh? Okay. Well, in that case, we'll go ahead and teleport here, and we'll take care of that when we get back. All right. So be back in about 5 minutes. Refresh your drinks, get some more food, stand up, stretch, do all that sort of fun stuff, and we will be back very soon. All right. So you said it's just kind of a lesser complaint. Price or something, or like what? we are back, we are back, we are back. And now with a very, very bright new LED light. So yeah, we should be good to go. I try to make my stuff last as long as I possibly can make it last, because you never know when you're actually going to be able to replace it. You know what I mean? But sometimes that means I end up with stuff failing midstream, which is always a little bit awkward, you know? But we should be good to go now. That's a pipe. Rotunda. Again, it's just a fun word. Rotunda. Probably could have just teleported here, but it's fine. This is fine. Remind me to wear goggles if we ever fly over Amarang again. Barely got this, the sand out of my eyes. But the wind did help clear my head at least. I think I'm ready to meet with the Exarch. We need to talk about how we're going to wipe out the Sin Eaters. Shall we? And now I'm going to teleport, because that was already a big runabout. Like, the physical distance isn't very far, but with all of those stairs, just awful. You have business with the Crystal Exarch? Just say the word and I would be happy to escort you to the Ocular. Okay, so is it Ocular with a long A or Ocular? Like, you know, the things that you use for your eyes. Genuinely not sure. Thank you for seeking me out, Lynn. It meant a lot to have you there at my side. And looking at Alphino, I'd say he's eager to begin this discussion as I am. I say we lay our experiences before the Exarch and stand back to see what kind of picture they make. Then we can decide where to go from there. Okay, let's get a cutscene going.
And so you return.
Mm-hmm.
Have you gained a better understanding of the crisis now faced by the First?
Oh, indeed I have.
Better is not the word I would use.
That's also
Some
fair.
lands may have been spared the flood, but the survivors live only to suffer. There seems no end to the horrors inflicted by the Sin Eaters.
Indeed. Those abominations are a calamity in their own right. And I can well imagine how hopeless the task of eradicating them must seem to you. But after countless battles and untold sacrifice, we have identified a potential weakness. Sin Eaters are drawn to serve the strongest of their kind, a class of creature we call Light Wardens. And from what we have been able to ascertain, only a handful of these entities exist.
Was the thing that we encountered one of them?
Just as an ant
Or was that just a servant?
in the absence of its queen, we believe that the death of a Light Warden will cause the lesser creatures within its sphere of influence to disperse.
Okay.
I have a feeling Yulmore might have something to say about any concerted action we take against these monsters.
Oh, of course they would.
Vorthra's command over the Sin Eaters is integral to Yulmoran society. In seeming to guarantee his people's safety, it guarantees their obedience.
That's true.
He will not take kindly to us depriving him of such useful allies.
Agreed. Thus we will need to occupy or otherwise divert his forces whilst we proceed with the business of eliminating the Wardens.
True story.
Until we have done so, all other considerations must be set aside if we are to forestall the 8th umbral calamity.
Hmm. You sure that eliminating the wardens will be enough?
Your uncertainty is understandable given the circumstances. Perhaps a more detailed explanation is in order. To begin at the beginning, then.
Now we get
In the ancient
the reveal.
past, a single star was divided into 14 worlds.
Okay.
This is the source, your home. These others are the 13 shards, in whose number we find the first. Though physically separate, they retain a connection to each other, and with the source especially.
Hmm.
Now, let us assume that a given element in one of the shards attains abnormal ascendancy. Just as water will flow from the highest point to the lowest, the excess energy will begin trickling into the source. And such an influx of ether will of course exert a palpable influence.
True, true.
If the element in question were fire, then drought and wildfires might ensue. If it were ice, one might expect the weather to turn bitterly cold.
Sure.
As ether continues to pour in, such phenomena will become more and more extreme, until eventually, a single, untimely event triggers a disaster which cracks the barrier dividing the two worlds.
Okay.
What was once a trickle now becomes a deluge, sweeping the shard along to be rejoined with the source. At the same time, the element which held sway in the shard is unleashed in full, its energies amplifying the original disaster to truly catastrophic proportions. An earthquake thus magnified might strike with enough force to shatter continents. A tidal wave might swell to a size capable of drowning entire nations. These devastating events are what we refer to as umbral calamities. 7 times has a calamity befallen the source. 7 times has a shard been absorbed.
How and why were these shards created in the first place? Like that, I don't... Was there a reason for their separation from the source, or was it just a random happenstance?
At present, the light-drowned realm of the First stands perilously close to meeting the conditions for a rejoining. It is the Sin Eaters who are to blame for the Light's continued dominance. In addition to attracting their lesser kin, the Light Wardens I mentioned earlier radiate ether, saturating every corner of their territory with light. Even here in the flood-spared region of Norvrant, their influence is strong enough to banish night from the sky. Thus, if we are to restore balance to the First and head off a potential calamity, it is imperative that we put each and every Light Warden to the sword.
We've been doing our best to take the fight to the enemy ever since we first heard the Exarch's explanation.
Though we have yet to claim any meaningful victories if truth be told. Apart from being confoundingly elusive, the Light Wardens possess a troublesome quality which compelled us to delay our plans until such time as you arrived.
And that ability is?
Forgive the interruption, my lord, but Hallminster Switch is requesting reinforcements. They say the Sin Eaters are attacking in force, and the village could soon be overrun.
Alert the guard. We should be prepared in case the fighting reaches the Crystarium. You have command of our forces in the field, Captain, but hold off on entering the town until I arrive. That goes for Alphino and Alize as well.
My lord.
Pray, lend us your strength. Such a fight will provide you with far greater insight than any explanation I could offer.
True. Ooh, is it going to be time for a dungeon? It is. Not that the deaths of, like, however many people are going to be involved in this is a good thing, but would be fun content. Hallminster Switch is in the north of Lakeland, so we had best make haste with our preparations. That is going to be so weird, because I've been to a place called Lakeland. In fact, meet me outside the Crystarium at the crossroads northwest of the Sensor Gate. I shall lead you there myself. Don't give me oh boy, Blasty. I know you know what's about to happen, and I'm already nervous about it. No, it's fine. I love it when you comment. It's good. Where am I supposed to be going? Oh, okay, that way. Do I have access to that? No, I don't. Okay. So I do, in fact, need to be running. Just running. Little legs, it takes me time. Oh, wait, hang on. I am impressed by the fact that they actually did put some thought into like how this much light being present all the time would change the flora of an area. So you don't need as much green when there's a whole bunch of UV. Yeah. No, thank you. I'm good. Gross. No, thank you. Oh, this is just this area. There are areas of green. Oh, well, interesting. Well then, fair enough, I suppose. Oh. Other gems. Neat. I would like you to repair my gear, please. Thank you. Now, is the Amaro keep side? No. Oh, you know what? They're probably upstairs. Yeah. Q. I clicked the wrong thing. Ow, minis. Okay, back on the chunky bow. Person standing in the middle of the road. Not suspicious at all. All set? If we follow the road north, we'll be at the northern staging point. The village itself lies not far ahead beyond. Quickly now. Wait, am I going right back to the area that I was just in? No, I'm not. Not quite, anyway. No, thank you. We'll take that, please. Ooh, that was a fun pop on my shoulder. So how are you doing today, Blasty? Since we've got a ways to walk, it seems. Or anybody else in the viewership, feel free to speak up. Or don't. You know, if you're just enjoying your time lurking, that's just as good. Gremlins. Ooh. Tired, just got home and can't shower. Old man is doing repairs. Hey, fair enough. That sucks, though. Elminster switches past these gates and through the woods. It is not exactly a near neighbor to the Crystarian, but as we occupy the same region, we've built up something of a cooperative relationship. What can we expect inside, Captain? The town is beset by a swarm unlike any we've seen in recent years. We did our best to evacuate the villagers, but as many as half remain. Judging by the number of eaters present, we have good reason to believe there's a light warden leads the attack. Ooh. How convenient. It seems we'll have our chance to slay a warden sooner than we expected. One does not simply slay a warden. No one told you what happens if you defeat one of those fiends? They hold more light inside them than all of their underlings put together. It can be struck down, aye, but its essence won't dissipate like the weaker kind. Vile ether will billow outwards and envelop the nearest living being, a miraculous young swordswoman perhaps, and turn her into a brand new warden. Well, you can leave that particular quandary to us. I must ask that the guards stand down and allow us to engage this leader of eaters alone. Concentrate on the survivors. We must save every life we can. But what if... Understood, my lord. As captain of the guard, however, I would not watch you brave such danger without an escort from our ranks. I insist that I go with you. Very well. In our warden slaying party shall include myself, the Levelous, Captain Lena, and last but not least, yourself. I wonder if the Warrior of Light with the Blessing of Light would be able to handle it. Yeah, gee, I wonder. Formidable group indeed. Into Holminster we go. And once we reach the Light Warden, do not hold back. We strike to kill. Yeah, we've also been very, very careful not to refer to our main character as the Warrior of Light yet. Instance dungeons encountered in subsequent main scenario quests can all be completed solo alongside a supporting party of NPCs. Simply speak to one of your NPC companions near the entrance to the instance and select the option to form a party. Alternately, you can select duty support under duty from the main menu and interact with the instance entrance itself. When forming a party, you will need to follow the same role restrictions imposed when using the duty finder. Alternatively, you can find party members via the duty finder as usual and complete the instance with fellow players instead. Neat. Party of NPCs. Yep, all-rounder academia. Yes, that sounds good. Why not? Member selection available? Hello? Register for duty? My average item level is fine? Yeah, my average item level is fine.
Very well. Very well.
There we go. Loot roll normal. This is why they first introduced NPC dungeons. Yeah, I got that idea. After spending a couple of moments a couple of streams trying desperately to get into specific dungeons and some of the older stuff. Yeah. Alright. Ooh, I love those big sweepy drone shots. I don't exactly need map here, so yeah. What? Ugh. Oh, a forgiven conceit, you say? You know, there would be a certain, like, roundness to completing these dungeons as a Dark Knight. Ow. Ow. No. Oh, it's nice to actually be able to use all of my abilities in a dungeon. I've been doing so many low-level dungeons lately, getting Black Mage leveled up. Ooh, this feels good. You know, I think I've figured out what's not jiving with me for Black Mage as well as Red Mage did. Like, the fact that you can dual cast with Red Mage, and like that's its central mechanic, is so cool. And it works well because you have one spell that takes a while to cast, and then you can immediately pop a second one. And it's very, very satisfying. It kind of sets you up to do multiple rhythmic things, you know what I mean? And you get that a little bit with Black Mage once you get beyond a certain level, but it's nowhere near as strong of a feature, you know? I think this plays to my musician side, because it's all about keeping nice high tempo and doing everything in a specific order. And Black Mage, like I said, once Black Mage hits 50 and above, particularly like when you get ley lines, like that's when it starts to really do that sort of thing. But before then, it is rough. And then we have more evil eggs. There's a background noise in the music there that sounded like very cool. Reminds me of like mid-80s anime soundtracks, or like Jean-Michel Jarre. Like just very, very, very cool like music, like not just synthesizers, but like sounds like it's made of lasers, if that makes sense. The Black Mage becomes Ice 3, Ice 4, Fire 3, triple instant cast spell, burst, 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 weaving and other side spells. Okay, I might need to consult you about that later then, because like that Ice 3, I don't think I have Ice 4 yet. And Fire 3 takes forever to cast, unless you're like getting that like random free cast from Fire 1. Because like the best rotation I found right now was essentially spamming Fire 1 until I get free casts of Fire 3 that are instant. And then occasionally switching over to Ice to regain MP. And then that becomes Ice 3 kind of situation, you know? Whoop, mini boss. Oh, is this, okay, we're apparently playing Bayonetta now. Oh, hey, it's that one we fought earlier. Because it's missing part of its wing, you see. Rude. I mean, I could do that, but... Ow. Rude. Well, I'm gonna get popped. Whoop, yep, there I went. Ah, well. Oh, come on. Shouldn't have been sent back that far. That feels rude. Alright. I can walk my way back over there. You know, doing this sort of or the ability to do this sort of thing would have made going through the first, like, 2 expansions as a white mage way better, if I'm being completely honest. Alright. Take 2. Wait. Blizzard. Okay. I don't know if I have that one yet then. Or no, Blizzard is just the basic ice spell, isn't it? Because then I know you get freeze as a separate thing. Ooh, 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 ooh. I messed that up. Why don't you get a skill that says casting fire while in ice, or ice while in fire will cut down on cast time. Oh, okay. So the rotation actually starts to mean something at some point. It's not just about, like, fire spells get more powerful, ice spells recover MP. Interesting. Cool. That is good to know. That's not what I should have thrown at that point. Blizzard 3, Blizzard 4, Paradox, Fire 3, Fire 4. Okay, alright, cool. I'm sure that will make more sense once I get up to higher levels. Sparing Flare Star, a bigger... Yes, I think I have Flare, because that's the fire one that uses up all of your MP, is that right? Cool. I use that mildly out of sequence. Gotcha, Flare Star is the big max version. Gotcha, gotcha, gotcha. Ow. Hello?
Someone's flirting with Dad again.
Regular stage flirting or like flirting?
Well, he sent me to get you.
Oh, lordy. Okay, I may need to take a break mid-fight, unfortunately, but hey, I'm running with NPCs, but I have to go defend my husband's honor. So, we will take a 5-minute break here, and be back soon. So stand up, stretch, take a break, all that fun stuff, refresh your drinks, get some more food, as that case may be. I will be right back. Okay, they better not be getting handsy. That's all I can say. They better not be getting handsy. we are back. And we are definitely going to run a little bit long today. Because I just realized that it is 3:45 and we are only not even halfway through this dungeon. It is fine. And we'll finish this one up and be good to go. Yeah, I had noticed that the NPCs definitely seem to know what they're doing. I'm trying to take cues from them more. Just also a little bit weird getting used to, you know? Like, it's not that different from following players, but still, it's just different enough. Oh, hello. Check one. I seem to be back. My mic seems to be working. Hello? Yep. At least I can see my microphone on my side anyway. I have no idea if it's coming through to y'all. Okay. I really don't want to have to deal with more issues with my microphone, but it may be inevitable. The only thing I can think of at this point is that maybe the connector may be starting to go bad in it, which isn't a difficult fix. It just means I have to take it over to Nart and actually get it like opened up and taken care of. Why? I can do it myself. That way you can focus on healing our main guy, you know? Our main tank. There we go. And the auction. Oh, is this going to be like a cattle auction sort of situation? Or what should have been a cattle auction? It'll be interesting to see this world's version of that. Yep, that's exactly what we're looking at. Oh no. Oh no, Tesleen. Oh, 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 oh. Sorry, I understood that mechanic right as it was starting to happen. Now. Still have 2 more sections after this? Goodness gracious. I mean, this isn't a boss fight, but it certainly feels a lot more, I don't know, consequential because of the fact that we're fighting Tesleen. No? I mean, she is a boss, but she's not like the big boss of this dungeon, you know? We got this, we got this, we got this. We've made it thus far. We can get through this. Beans. Gotta use those out of order. Sorry, my new LED is, like my new ring light that I've got in front of my phone is very, very bright. And even though I'm awake, it's making me squint a little bit. I mean, I guess it's keeping me awake, but also... It's easy to forget how bright these things are when you first get them, you know? Yep, there they are. Oh, you're not... Stop running away from me. Come back so I can hit you with my sword. Huh. And then, there we go. I was like, hold on. I'm supposed to be able to use a big spell here. Oh, goodness gracious. That was just clearing the auction, huh? Ooh, some new paladin arms. I'll have to check those out later. Woo! White Warden Philia. That's the name for a specific type of love. I can't remember which type it is according to the Greek. Oh. Well, we've arrived. I suppose now we have to defeat Philia. I'm also looking at how this arena is divided and wondering if that has anything to do with any mechanics that are coming up. Maybe I'm reading too much into it. Okay, this one. Oh. Sure would like to move. Okay. And then... Ooh, I'm glad I didn't get gotten that. Oh, shoot. Alrighty. Noted. Ooh. Big hit. Interesting. Well, that was a cool mechanic. That's the idea, at least I... Most of the way there. Ow. Oh, we're doing this again. I misread that. Ooh, we got there. Woo! Fancy. Well, I like how his weapons are actually made of light wheat. But, that would suggest that he is, in fact, the, one of the warriors of light from this world, wouldn't it? Ooh, another new attack thing. So we'll finish up whatever cutscene's about to happen and then make it to somewhere safe. And then I'll call the stream for the day.
It's releasing its ether. Fall back. We cannot let it touch us. Quickly, my lord, we must withdraw.
Nope, we're going to do the exact
It will
opposite.
not be necessary, Captain. Though I appreciate your concern. The eternal light of these creatures has confounded us for nigh on 100 years. For each we have put down, another has risen up in its place, born of the self-same ether, relinquished by its predecessor.
I'm going to vacuum
Now
it
we
up.
have a way to contain that corruption. The blessing of light, and the hero who wields it now stands before you.
Yum, delicious light. All good. All done. Delicious.
Behold, the monster's power is broken, and the world, twisted by its touch, returns to its rightful form.
Amazing. Blessed, blessed night. Oh, that was a great expansion, everybody. We fixed the world. Right? Yeah? Huh? Yeah? Yeah? No? Oh, okay.
It's so beautiful.
Oh, that's right. This has been going on for like 100 years. Most if not all of these people have never seen the stars.
The warrior of darkness come.
Is that what I think it is?
The night sky, as it should be.
Mm-hmm.
Who are you people?
You wouldn't believe
Killed
us.
a warden, then bathed in its ether as if it were a spring shower, and now the sky? The legends are true.
Yep. Now do we get a face reveal on the Exarch, or is that still going to be waiting for later?
My lord?
How many years have I waited for this moment? For the one possessed of her blessing. For you. You have vanquished the Light Warden of Lakeland, and for the first time in a century, darkness
Like I said, I've been to
has
a place called
returned
Lakeland. I
to the
can't
mantle
not
of
laugh.
light. Without the ever-present light to sustain them, the Sin Eaters will have no choice but to retreat. Yet our victory is far from complete.
Well,
Though
you bet your
darkness
ass it
has
isn't.
fallen here, the other wardens yet bask beneath burning skies, feasting upon what little life remains.
Mm-hmm.
Even should it cost me all I have, I would see each and every one of them slain, that this world might be spared from oblivion. Not only for the first, but for the source as well. Save one, and we save the other. But be that as it may, I concede it was wrong of me to summon you to this fight against your will. I swear, on my life, I will one day atone for that deed. But for the present,
Yeah, I can't help but think he's Grahatia.
Cast down the wardens and restore darkness to the first.
Will become the warrior you need. I am wee but mighty.
On behalf of the first, I offer you my deepest thanks.
I understand there is much at stake here, Exarch, but why do you risk yourself so readily? It must have been a dangerous drain on your ether to summon even one person across the rift.
I do it for my people, of course. To give the Crystarium the tomorrow it deserves.
That is true now, yes, but the city had yet to be built when you first called forth the Crystal Tower. I'm simply curious to know what prompted you to commit yourself so completely to this particular course.
There are things which we can ill afford to lose. And I sensed from the first that I had a part to play in preserving them. Forgive me. I fear the events of the day may have taken their toll. Despite appearances, I am an old man. One burdened with many difficult memories, some too painful to recall.
Wait. I just realized who else he could be. This could be the origins of La Habrea.
Totally failing, I'm afraid.
God, there are so many people that this could be.
Needless to
Yeah,
say,
I'm thinking back and I'm now remembering hearing people who played Final Fantasy XIV at the time of this thing's release. I remember them theory crafting about who the Crystal Exarch actually was. A
My
lot.
warriors of darkness, let us gather the surviving villagers and make our way back to the Crystarium.
Like, the easy answer is that this is Grahatia, where, like, the Grahatia we know is him from his future, but our past kind of a thing. But I could see any number of people, or even just it being a new character. But I think it's somebody we know, because of the fact that they've kept him hooded for so long. How quickly you've justified my faith in you. So many lives saved, and the sky itself heralds your success. A single victory in a larger struggle, perhaps, but a momentous one nonetheless. I would be surprised by how right I am. Interesting. Okay, so I'm going to accept this quest, we'll start it off, and then I'm going to find somebody to send you off to. Now, as for how we proceed from here... The villagers we evacuated earlier have arrived safely in the Crystarium. They seem to be accepting their situation for the moment. Most folk are far too distracted by the sky to worry about wounds or lost homes. They whisper and wonder if the warrior of darkness has come. It is to be expected. Lynn, I must ask you a favor. Would you be so kind as to conceal your involvement in this endeavor for the time being? Seeing the light recede from Lakeland is a momentous occasion, and many will be swept up in a maelstrom of excitement and confusion. Should you come forth as the warrior of darkness, I fear that, no matter how good your intentions, such an appearance would throw the city into disarray. I find myself in agreement with the Exarch, although my concerns are more focused on Yulmore. It may be best if you maintain a low profile until we see how Vothri responds to all of this. Yeah, no, you're right. You're right. My thanks. Though we cannot freely celebrate your success, I pray allow me to your heart to be buoyed by the joy of our citizens, the joy you surely brought into being. And I must ask the same discretion of you, Captain. 'Tis my intention to share with our people the tale of a great warrior, who stood in defiance of the Sin Eaters. This unnamed champion defeated the Light Warden, and has since departed for parts unknown, yes? As you wish, my lord. Your penchant for mystery is nothing new, and I will encourage folk not to question this either. Although I expect to be told the whole truth of it one day. About all of you. One day, yes. With all that settled, I shall return to the Crystarium and make an address to the people. These explanations and adjustments will consume much of my time, so pray take the opportunity to rest and recover from your exploits. And to think, you'll not even need to shutter the windows and enjoy a dark and peaceful night's sleep. Or to enjoy a peaceful night's sleep, excuse me. I must stay behind and coordinate the evacuation of the remaining survivors. And I hesitate to ask after all you've done here today, but could I ask you to pass on a message on your way to the Pendants? Sure. Please let Braggy know that we're bringing in a number of injured, and that any restoratives in the markets need to be reserved for the infantry. Duly noted. We should start making our own way back to the Crystarium. Slowly, mind you. It wouldn't do to arrive too soon after the Exarch. I'm staying behind as well. There's something I need to check on in Holminster. We already went through the village top to bottom, Allie say. We should take all the chance to rest, you included. I knew one of those heaters, and I can't rest. Not now. Yeah. So please, I wish to be left alone for a while, and that means you as well, Lynn. I shall be cross if you try to follow me. And it would be crass to do so. Promise to find you later, when I feel myself again. Just you and me then, huh? Shall we? Stuff today. Okay, so let's head back over to the Just Chatting, and I'll figure out where to send all you lovely people off to. Alright, thank you very much for stopping by today, weary travelers. I hope you've enjoyed today's Final Fantasy XIV stream. Tomorrow, on Saturday, September 7th, I'll be back with Wargroove 2. It's been a hot minute because of some scheduling conflicts that happened last month, but I'm excited to get back to it. Until then, for more information about future streams, keep an eye on our Twitter and Blue Sky at Come and Go Tavern for announcements and daily check-ins from the Come and Go. I've been your hostess, Sheela Renthalis, and if you need to prop your feet up for a little while longer, we've got some more entertainment coming up soon via a raid. Let's see who is online right now. Ooh, Sonomikon's online doing some art. Let's go and see them. Alrighty. We've got that set up. And I will see you all over there soon. Ta-ta for now. Bye. Bye-bye. 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 Bye. Mwah. Bye. Bye. Bye.